Hi guys, I'm MoonCoach Silvia Pancaro, creatrix of MoonCoaching and many other lunar astrology, tarot, and metaphysical programs and fun stuff for self-empowerment. So I just wanted to get into day 2 of Astrology Week at Wasima's magic group called 21 Days to Study Tarot on Facebook, for which she's invited me to teach some of my pieces here. So I'm calling it AstroTarot. And we're focusing on one astrological component per day during the week. And it'll be completed with a special upgraded workshop on Saturday, the 29th of June. So anyways, I hope that you're having fun. I hope that yesterday you had a good time exploring the sun in general and its astrological meaning of essence and radiance and shining your light and expressing youthful, joyful energy out into your world and into your life. And today, Moon Day, literally it's Monday Moon Day, so we're going to focus on exploring the moon. And you can just do the first level, just pull based on the prompts that I give you, which correlate to aspects of the moon in astrology. And you can go to the next level, which is combine that with the meaning of the moon in your chart, if you know your moon sign. If you don't, and you're part of the group and you're participating in this, send me a quick email and let me know that you'd like to find out what your moon sign is. All right, you know where to find me if you're in the group. So first of all, just a little quick intro. I'm going to do the same thing as I did yesterday, kind of call in the elements as an example of what you might do. I'm not making this a huge ceremony, just a quickie, so I'm going to go by fast, whereas if I'm doing this really for myself to create the sacred space and my altar dedicated to the moon, which we're exploring today, that's what I'll be creating on my altar, and I hope that you guys do that too for yourselves if you want to go to that level. So I'm just going to do a fast one for you. As before, we always start with fire. So I'm lighting a white candle for the full moon. Of course, we're beyond the full moon. We're actually at disseminating, about to turn into last quarter tomorrow in terms of the lunar phases. But white, because that's a general color, one of the general colors associated with the moon when she's in her fullness, of representing the reflected light of the solar fire. So I call in, obviously, fire into my space. I also include air blended with earth, actually, through lighting incense, in order to actually give shape and form. Whoops, didn't turn on, so let's use the candle. And because my own moon is in a fire sign Sagittarius, I decided to use dragon's blood incense for today, for myself. Choose whatever's appropriate, whatever resonates for you. So that was, okay, so for water, again, also blended with earth, or a soma, I've chosen for today the pink pomander, because as you'll see in what I speak to you in this video, as well as what I'm writing in the prompt, the moon invites us to nurture ourselves, to love ourselves. Before we can give to others, before we can nurture others, before we can mother others, we need to give, nurture, and mother ourselves. So I thought pink, which in the Aura Soma philosophy represents self-love and self-acceptance, is perfect. So this is water blended with the earth element through the herbs and the crystals that are found within the Aura Soma pomander. And I also picked for water, and I think this is a lovely little thing that you might consider for your altar. The moon is a vessel. It holds, so to speak, the energy of the astrological signs as she goes through her cycle, and it acts as a container for this seed that is represented by the sun as they create this relationship in the sky above us, distributing the astrological energies to us on the earth. So I figured it would be important to have some kind of cup to represent her role as a vessel. And my husband picked a bunch of little flowers. So again, we have water and earth here. And I encourage you to do the same. What else have I included? Well, let's go next to the crystal bowl. This is A sharp for the pineal gland, which in the chakra system, there's many assignations. I work with the moon at the pineal. So let's call in spirit or aether, the quintessence. And remember to breathe as you're setting up your sacred space. And I'm also going to bring in the vibration of the moon itself through one of my planetary tuning forks. I wish you guys could feel the vibration that emanates from this. Alrighty then. And then finally, in terms of sacred sound, I will call in the moon through sounding her musical tone, which is G sharp. With that, I'd like to suggest that sacred space is probably most important during the time that we explore the moon, because the moon is about creating a safety containment circle for ourselves and for others. So it's really important that you take time to look around in your environment and look around in your life today as we explore the moon and notice, what do I have in my life? How have I created a containment of safety where I feel secure enough to allow myself to express emotions, feelings, thoughts, ideas, whatever may come up. And by the same token, setting that space up so that others feel invited into your, goddess-like embrace. So that's definitely something to ponder on today as you explore the moon in your life. On your sacred altar, you may want to have something representative of the moon. I have selenite. Moonstone, of course, would work. I'm very big into show and tell, and that's how I teach my classes, because I think that a picture really is worth 1,000 words. Yes, and that things like this, the shell, a seashell, shows you, again, this idea of home and of creating a container of safety. Certainly a very fragile little creature lived at one time inside of its shell. So how does that tell you how you yourself may be a fragile and yet strong, okay? Don't get me wrong here. There's strength and fragility and vice versa. But take the symbolism of it. What parts of yourself do you hold really close to your chest, to your breast, which is basically one of the body parts ruled by the moon in medical astrology. So what parts of yourself do you hold really close to your chest and you don't share with others, unless you feel like you've got this container of safety within which you can peek out, and say, okay, I'm ready to share this. So that all said, I think, I don't want to forget, also on your altar, if you want to include, since the moon also relates to mom, to mother, regardless of your relationship, if you had a good relationship with your mom, you may want to have a picture honoring her. This is me in my mom and dad's arms when I was a newborn. And if you didn't, then you are a mother yourself, you might want to have a picture of yourself on the altar when you were becoming a mom. And if you yourself are not a mom of a human type of baby, maybe you with one of your pets or a project, because we all give birth to something that comes from deep within our energetic womb space. So these are other components that you may want to explore today. And what else? I guess that's it. So I'm quickly going to go, as you can see, I've got the priestess behind me. And in the astrological to tarot correlation or correspondence system, and as I mentioned yesterday, I work with Paul Foster Case and Builders of the Adytum correspondence, which is a Western mystery school tradition. The moon is assigned to the high priestess. So from the Boda deck, the uncolored version, we see here the high priestess. So you may want to spend 5 minutes just exploring your high priestess card from whatever deck you're working with. And the color that relates to the high priestess and the moon is blue, as you can imagine. So you might also want to consider adding blue to your altar. You might want to wear blue. Here I have one of my moon goddess scarves. So I will wear this, and of course I am wearing blue. So yes, explore the moon in all the symbolism that I just shared with you. Explore the moon in your life through your own moon sign, if you know what it is. For example, I have moon in Sagittarius, which is a fire sign. And so one of the things that's really important is seeing your moon sign by element and by its house position in your chart and by its relationship with other planets in your natal chart to give you a sense of what you can do to nurture yourself, to mother yourself, to create that sense of safety and security at an emotional level. And so go ahead and add, if you want to, your corresponding zodiac sign. For example, for me, and I already posted this here in the same post, you'll see it down below along with the prompt questions. The graphic I created, which shows the correspondence system. So I have the High Priestess card with me, and right next to me will be the card for the sign Sagittarius, which is Temperance, key 14. And I have them side by side on my altar so that I can meditate on that and get a little bit deeper experience with all of this. So you don't have to do that if it doesn't resonate for you right now, because it does require a little bit more time than pulling a few cards for the prompts and journaling. It really requires deep meditative work to be able to do that. So if you want to, make sure you set yourself some time and focus entirely, put your awareness on it as much as you can without interruption so that you can really download, because the moon and the high priestess are all about downloading, intuiting, tuning in to the wisdom that you already have within you, to the messages that come from the level of your soul, which again is related to both moon and the high priestess. So that all said, the prompts are going to be down there. And I think I have 4 of them. And they're all related to the moon astrologically in general. So you can pull for those 4 questions, at least 4 cards. And share your altar picture if you want. I'm going to be using decks, my Quality Time, which is by Deja Osborne. She's awesome. That was a Kickstarter campaign. Self-care ritual, sacred self-care ritual oracle deck by Tatiana Vedenkina. Got this on a trade. I got really lucky on that one. Another Kickstarter campaign that I backed is from Claudia Olivos, Sacred Mothers and Goddesses, because of course the moon is often worshipped as the divine feminine, as the mother goddess, as the divine mother. We have the Universe Has Your Back deck, Queen of the Moon Oracle, which I've actually not worked with yet. I'm very picky with Moon Oracle cards, and I haven't found one that I really like yet. That's why I'm creating my own. And the Inner Child cards, which I think might be out of print, because there will be one prompt that relates to nurturing your inner child, okay? That's one of the things that's very important to explore in terms of the moon in your life, is your own unmet needs from when you were a child. So again, it's really deep and beyond the scope of these quick prompts, but something that you may want to look into. And I'll be pairing them with my own MoonCoaching Lunar Journey meditation cards. So I believe that's all, folks. Look down below for the prompts and for the graphics I created for you. You can go to 1, 2, or 3rd level of working today with my prompts. And please do support my sacred work. www.mooncoach.com is the primary one, and you know the rest of them. And also wasimasmagic.com, who is hosting this fabulous free prompts in her group. And join us for the upcoming workshop. And I do look forward to seeing you in some of mine as well, in which we really go deep with this work. Thank you, bless you, and have a fabulous moon day, guys. Woohoo!